All right. Heard rumors of a new all-time high on the Dow. Nasdaq's down about 0.5%. Tesla's chilling. Not too much up here in green. It's a fairly red day. Nvidia, Apple, MasterCard, Microsoft, Amazon, all not down that much. Actually, most of them less than the market right now, but that's going to fluctuate some. Everything's rallied up a little bit. Hmm. My kids are up at 6:30. That's fucking weird. Wow, Funko. Moderna. So listen to some crypto stuff here.
Bridges between disparate chains so that a Bitcoin can go into a Bitcoin address, a one-to-one backed token on a Cosmos zone is created that can move across to a different zone in Cosmos and then be converted to some other asset on some other chain, all of which have no counterparties, all of which have no central custodians or anything. So Cosmos is the most ambitious. It is launching this thing called IBC, inter-blockchain communication, like just in a week or two. It's been 4 years in the works. And so that will be big. And again, that hasn't been proven yet. So it's sort of like, it still needs to vet itself. But if that happens, you'll start seeing these chains be able to have their own advantages and still work with each other, right? Bitcoin has advantages that Ethereum can't and doesn't have, and vice versa. And a world that has both of these things easily composable together is a better world. So Cosmos is doing that. I believe Polkadot is trying to do that as well, and maybe a couple others. But those are the two leading ones.
Quant Network is another one, isn't it? Quant, I think, was the other one that people talked a lot about. Quant.
Yeah, don't know that one.
Quant Network.
Yeah, see, can't keep up with it all.
No, it's impossible. But it's fascinating because, like you and I are talking now in a way that back in 1996 would have seemed inconceivable.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know what type of computer you're on. We corresponded on Twitter, which is a platform. I'm using a different computer to you. I'm in a different continent. We're using video. All of this stuff, we don't care anything about what drives it. Mm-hmm. I just know I click on Zoom and you're there.
Yeah.
Right. There's so much interoperability that we stop becoming tribal really when we don't care. We don't care how I send you money, and it could go through different chains to get there. Mm-hmm. And that becomes super interesting.
Yeah. And your analogy with computers and like this video talk we're doing right now.
Pretty interesting. Monkeytron was talking about, we're getting a little deeper into some of the fundamentals of crypto, not necessarily value fundamentals like in the stock market, but in terms of what it's doing and, like trying to figure out what the next big thing is. And Monkeytron found out about Thorchain, and he was explaining what it does. They have DEXs now. I know you're not really paying that much attention, Ellie, but they've got the distributed exchanges, which were around, but they were thought about back, a few years ago. Now they have like billions and billions and billions of dollars, locked up in places, and they can do trading distributed. But what he's talking about, but you still have to trust the code for those DEXs. He's talking about trading coin to coin on native chains, which you can't do yet. It's pretty cool stuff. It's always funny when Founder is interviewed and he has asked about, what about Z? It looks similar to what you do. And there's this awkward pause like, oh shit, what should I do? Yeah, I don't think this guy's he's Eric Voorhees. I think I don't know exactly who the guy is, but no, it's not bullshit. Dude, it's not at all. It's completely, it's slowly changing shit. Like you don't even, and he the dude mentioned a minute ago, we do calls right now. We do stuff online. We don't care how it's done. It's going to be that way with funds and money in the future. And there'll be assets on it. It's like the crypto world that they were talking about is just barely starting to happen. It is pretty cool. It ain't BS at all. Markets are still going to go up and down. The market's going to do what the market's going to do. But at the same time, these coins are going to do what these coins are going to do, and these chains are going to do what these chains are going to do. And dude, it's pretty neat. They've got this. The DeFi stuff is pretty fascinating. So nowadays everything is done in exchanges, Binance, Coinbase, but you can do just as well doing a swapping protocol. It's pretty neat. Like it's actually pretty cool. Some of the stuff they're doing. They have something called liquidity pools. I was looking at one yesterday that's going to do options in a liquidity pool. I thought that was pretty cool. Well, no, a lot of it's happening. Slowly, step by step, as everything is built. But it's starting to happen. There's trading on those exchanges, and I mean they're having growing pains as everything is. Like right now, transacting on Ethereum costs like $20, which is crazy. So who the hell wants to do that? But at the same time, there's Binance launched their own kind of DeFi Ethereum killer, which they were charging pennies for fees. Now their fees are up a little bit more. It's pretty cool, man. Like, trust me, I'm as much of a skeptic as the next guy, but you have to start believing once you start to see things doing things. Is basically what's happening. The things that used to not do things are now doing things, except for Cardano. That's still not doing anything. Maybe one day, but not today. Moderna looking fairly peppy this morning. SI getting chirpy as well. Look at SI, looks pretty good. Blockchain is inefficient. Reason you want to trade efficiency is to gain autonomy, decentralization. Well, that's what these protocols do. That's what these protocols do. They're all autonomous and decentralized. But they're just new technologies. It's like an iteration of a website. The first iteration's gonna work, but suck in a lot of ways. The second one's gonna reduce the suck, and so on and so forth until you're left with a great website that eventually gets bloated and nobody gets bloated and no one likes it. Well, yeah, I didn't. No, I agree with you. I don't think you need it for everything, and I wasn't saying everything. I was just saying that they were, especially with a lot of the finance stuff and the trading stuff. They're coming up with some very unique ideas. SI getting some ups right now. No, I didn't talk it. Nobody was here, and then Ellie popped in, so I started chatting. I'll start at 6:45 and get to sleep in a little bit. SI's looking good here, guys. So there's a recent high from a few days ago on SI. We'll see if we're able to get above that. JJ, can I pull your spreadsheet up? Man, there are some crazy. There's a new shit coin called YFI that several months ago was trading for 4 Bitcoin. It's the first one that I'm aware of that. First one I'm aware of that was trading for more than Bitcoin, and they're just starting to get going again. I don't know where they're at right now, but all right. So JJ took the spreadsheet and went nuts on it. Okay, it's view only. Son of a bitch! Come on, man. See if I can go into Real Crypto and it'll let me edit it. Looks like it. All right, cool. So I'm going to obliterate your spreadsheet. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna try to make it a little more petite so it can try to fit on the screen. Not sure if it'll work. A lot going on here. Okay, so JJ did a bunch of work yesterday on the spreadsheet and elaborated a little bit more. We have a few more columns. He added a cool year-over-year thing. I saw that last night, JJ, in terms of share price. And the conclusion he's coming to is about 15,000, roughly 15 to 16 to 17,000 by 2030, which, may be a little bit more realistic than some of these other figures that we've been hearing from that other dude. His range is 8,500 to 100 or 300,000. So the range is, I don't know. Range is nuts. I mean, this also takes some liberties. My view about Tesla. So we're in 2020. My view about Tesla is that we can see probably to part of 2023, and past that, it's all opaque because we don't know if things are going to move faster, if things are going to move slower in a different direction. We don't know. But taking some liberties with an actual robo-taxi fleet driven by Tesla and owned by Tesla. Oh, you got notes? Oh, there you go. What'd you put in my notes? Anything? Solar roof. You're all on the solar roof, JJ. You're all on the solar roof. I don't think it's going to do that good. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Things are going to move slower. Yeah, I think this roughly takes that into account. Not exactly, but I think this roughly takes that into account. So I think I'm going to highlight share price in green because I always had a hard time finding it. Which green did you use? This one? Oh gosh, that's ugly. Teal. Oh, there you go. That's your green. Okay. So I'll do the share price in green just so I can because I couldn't find it. Quick reference. Nice. That's a nice green. I like your green. Yeah, did you do any work on solar roof? Because I don't think it's going to be an energy driver. Tesla solar roof sales. Here we go. January. Here we go. Buffalo News, my favorite news source. Any charts? Hey, a chart. So here's their solar business in 2016. Hey, what's up, Jared? So in 2019, they did 173. They did 205 in 2020. But they still got a long way to go to 844. When it still wasn't a material size of the business. We do expect it to be a market share leader and build beyond that. 86 megawatts in the fourth quarter. Okay, here's a little bit more granulated. So 86 megawatts, and again you got peak of 250 for 2 quarters over here. And then so here we're only at 86. So they have a significant ramp up to go, probably a year, maybe 2, to get back up to here. The last time we were at this level was probably around here, 2013. Took them to the end of 2015, so maybe it takes them 2 years to get back in unless they can double their resources, which they're different business divisions. Maybe they'll be able to do that. But yeah, I don't see this being a huge revenue driver. And I don't know if they break out what sectors do what. They 4x'd in 20. Well, not according to this graph. Not according to this graph. They had 1 quarter in 2020 that was better. What do you mean? I'm very confused, Jerry. You just said they 4x'd in 2020, and you said probably not now. It's only 2021. What am I missing? What am I missing? So you got a low quarter, a mid quarter, this third quarter, the third highest quarter, and the highest quarter, and the highest quarter. Granted, the last 2 are better, last 3 are better, but not by 4x. It's 20 megawatts, and then 80 megawatts. Oh, you're talking about quarter to quarter, not year over year? I thought you were talking year over year because you said 2020. 4x in 2020 to me says year over year. Okay, so you got 35 up to 86. Oh, okay. They go from nothing. It's easy to ramp up from nothing to something. I don't think the infrastructure changed. I just think they closed the line down and let it sit. So, okay, maybe in theory they'll be able to ramp back up, but what are the sales figures? I guess what are the sales figures? If you're doing let's pull out handy dandy calculator. If you got, I think average car price is like 50,000, and they sold how many cars they sell last year? I don't know how many cars they sold last. 500,000. They sold 500,000. 25 billion in revenue. Let me write this down. Tesla cars, which doesn't actually sound right. Yeah, 500,000. Okay, yeah, it's pretty close. What's their revenue? Sales are okay, yeah, they're about right. 31 billion. Okay. So I'm right, about 25 billion in car sales. And then so they have 6 billion in other. $6 billion in other. The heck kind of ad? I'll turn system sounds off for you guys again. Tesla revenue by year. Okay, what ad is in there? It's a nice sound though. I'm going to call it music to math by. Sounds like your future. Well, let's see what they're trying to sell us. It could be your future, Ellie. They could be trying to sell you your future. P/E ratio each year. Okay, so there's if you guys want to jump on Discord, we can do voice chat and just yell at each other. It's always fun. Just argue about everything. It's great. That's fun, JJ. That sounds like fun. So so here we go. Back in 2016 when they had hella solar roof, when they were just end of 2015, when they were mobbing solar roof. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so June 2016. We'll just have to go with, I guess we'll go with June 2016. Because we can't go back further than that. Oh, here we go. We can have this data. Historical revenue quarterly. So 2015. All right. So we're going to do. Now we're going to break out a calculator. Yeah, if you guys want to do Discord, let me know. We can do Discord. That way we can all chat. All right. So we're going to have. Those are basically a billion. 1.2. Not quite. So I'll just do it somewhat legit. 939 plus 954 plus 936 plus 1214. That's 4.043. So 4.043 billion in revenue. Let's find out their car revenue in 2015 when they were killing it on solar roof. Pretend to like you for free. And people pretend to like me all the time. Nothing different right there. Let's see. Those Y charts have some pretty good information. Tesla cars sold in 2015. You said 2015, right? So 25,416. And in 2015, we did not have a Model Y. So that was a lot of Model S shit right there. Times 90,000, 95,000. 2.4 billion. That actually leaves 1.5 billion for other, which could include solar. So maybe I'm a little bit wrong about that. If that's the average car price at 95,000, because they were a lot heavier Model S and X. Because Model 3s came out in 2018, 2019. Tesla. So only 57 too? Wow, 70,000 in 2015. That was cheap. Now them bitches are 100,000. So that may be less. Solar in 2015. Oh, that's cool. Rolling hills full of solar panels. Okay. All right. I mean, I won't laugh at it. I won't laugh at it. But at the same time, I think being a little realistic in terms of it's tough. It's like I said, I think you can see past a year and a half, 2 years. Past that, I think it's all really really difficult. So okay, so there you go, Jared. They should do that. That's actually a good idea. Because yeah, you put a little bit of spread between them. I mean, a little bit of sun will go a long way, right? Or what you can do is do a vertical farm. I saw some good stuff on vertical farms. All right, solar energy bidder, that's true. Decreasing cell costs. Yeah, that'll help with the margins a little bit, but they're going to be lowering the cost of their cars appropriately. As a matter of fact, I don't think they're keeping the price the same. They're actually going to be lowering it. Average car is 75K, but only half the cells go in cars. Average cab salary is 19,000 pounds. That's garbage. World market is 30 million cabs. Is this your research right here? Holy crap. You really like that, don't you? You really like that. Are you a cab driver? Did I hurt your feelings there, JJ? Jeez. What am I looking at here? Why is that in font 87? I'm being assaulted by a font. I'm being font salted. I know. I know you are, JJ. I'm just messing with you. So why is that bolded? You still bolded that. Holy crap. I really called the price on that, didn't I? Oh yeah, 30K per robo taxi. Yeah, going back to that conversation, um, I did do a little bit of research, and it may be in another tab. Let's see. Um, what is that? Oh, I may have deleted it. Um. Anyway, I didn't come to any great conclusions, but I still, yeah, I still think the 30,000 per. I think the 30,000 per robo taxi is too high, unless they raise the cost of the rides. I don't think that's legitimate. I think it's got to be less. I just think it's got to be less. Hey, what's up, Bly? So we could do. I can't. Can I add a sheet? I can't. I can't add a sheet here. Oh, I'm in view only mode. Yeah. See, they're gonna switch over. There we go. Now I can add a sheet. Let's do. We'll call this Robo Taxi Research and Development, and then we can have one for solar research and development, and then we can do one. I mean, global energy, and we can do energy research and development. So when you find something interesting about like where robotaxi could go, some statistics about like average miles per day, or something like that, we could just drop it in right there. So notes are fine, but we can break it out into their individual things. 3 to 5 per mile to the passenger. I don't know. I've never taken a Uber or a Lyft. To be quite frank with you, we can look it out. So robotaxi, we can do. Ah, my phone just dropped. It's okay. Has case. So yeah, we can look up Uber and Lyft at price per mile. And I think the more mileage you buy, the better. So it's gonna be cheaper. Rides pay per mile charge of 90 cents, per minute rate of 9 cents, and a booking fee of a buck 80. Minimum fare is $5. Oh, this is for Phoenix. Well, the robotaxi, Elon said they would do about 30,000 a year in revenue per robotaxi. Base fare is 45 cents. Cost per mile 91 cents. On average, the cost per mile is $2. So we can base it off $2. So put $2 in there. Let's do how many miles does the average Uber driver drive per year? Well, yeah. So for you have to buy the car and then the 10,000 for the self-driving until they raise the price again. But yes, basically. So Uber driver can easily put on more than 1,000 miles a week, which can translate to 50,000 miles in a year. A typical New York taxi cab drives 70,000 miles a year. My assumption would be almost half of that is empty, though. 30 billion in car rental, 30 billion in total revenue. Okay, so now keep in mind, I do want everyone to remember that Tesla will not have 100% cab market share. There will still be traditional cabs. People will still want to be driven by people in some instances, and it's just the way it's going to be. So pick a number, pick a percentage of that. You could say easily a third, decently quickly within 4 or 5 years, maybe. Everyone thinks that robotaxi hits, and then like instantly they're gonna, all taxi cabs are like, well, guys, it's done. Sorry, it was good. This New York medallion that was worth 90,000 is now worthless. So, yeah. So I think from this perspective, they're gonna have a portion of their fleet done by existing cars, and then they're gonna have. Yeah, see, Jared just takes the traditional tax because he don't gotta wait because they're sitting there. Yeah, actually, in Phoenix, that was that article we were looking at a minute ago. They wanted to start. I think you can sit there with Uber and Lyft in Phoenix, and the taxi cabs pay for that privilege. Uber and Lyft does not, so they were trying to charge Uber and Lyft, and I think that got shut down. Well, it's just perception. The same thing may happen with the robotaxi, but it probably will actually be cheaper. So, I mean, look, if they charge $1 a mile, they're going to be undercutting the competition if they have no pickup fees, no fees like that. If it's just $1 a mile, I mean, I think they could take. So you look at Tesla R&D. I guess the question. Now I'm back to frickin' view only mode again. How about this one? How about this one? Damn it. Oh, okay, we're typing this one. Okay, there we go. Um, so I mean, the question for robotaxi, I think that there's two stages. There's going to be the user or the owner fleet, and then the Tesla fleet. You know what I mean? If you're really trying to get legit, you can attempt to guess. You know, 20. Let's say 2022, which I highly doubt they'll have it out by 2022. I actually think it's going to take to 2023. So maybe in 2023, if you have how many? So in 2023, we'll have maybe 1.5 million Teslas capable of robotaxing, and you may have, I'm thinking 15 to 20%, just my guess. So you may have 300,000. I'm just some round numbers, obviously. 300,000. Yeah, you had 1 million here but yeah, that's for the Tesla fleet though. Yeah, I don't know if that's viable. Because how many cars are they making in 2020? Anyway, so owner fleet. So you can argue the owner fleet here. So they're making so um capable capable cars, and then you're gonna have produced cars, and you're gonna have percent with full self-driving, because not everyone's gonna buy that $10,000 full self-driving. It's just not gonna happen. Not everybody. Like right now, I don't know how many they sell. I don't know how much full self-driving revenue they get. So in 2020, deferred balance was 658 million. Average full self-driving price. Vehicle sales, full self-driving. Okay, here we go. Here's some data. So so here it's about 25%. It's actually a little more than 25%, but over here it's much less. It's much less as they're producing more cars. Less people want it. Um, so what's that percentage? No, it's getting less and less. It's getting less and less. This is estimated? How is this estimated? I don't want estimated shit. 33-inch deep? Is it deep or wide? That's you can fit some damn dishes in there, Ellie. Well, your kitchen ain't that big, so 33-inch wide kitchen for sink for your kitchen is probably fairly large. They probably want to charge you like $3,000 for it too. That's why they're giving it to you. Yeah, you live in San Fran, so or something like that. I don't know exactly what village you live in, but I don't know if it's like right outside of San Fran called something else. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Anyway, they're like Ukrainian. He's a fucking programmer. Let's charge him $3,000 for a sink. That's what they're thinking. They're gonna push the expensive shit first. Um, yeah, I don't know. I've seen them in the houses I used to work in all the time. They're awesome if you have a big ass kitchen. If you have a smaller kitchen, bit of a waste of space. Yeah, JJ, everything is just built into the car. It's just that's it. Stop washing kids in the kitchen sink. Hey, when you first have a baby, you can wash them in the kitchen sink. In fact, that's you're supposed to do that. We did that with our kid. He came out as shiny as our dishes. Anyway, so I don't know when this was. So this is all estimated. So I don't know. So they're estimating a 25% take, which is 30. So my math is wrong or their math is wrong. So, okay, so let's say 25% of people buy full self-driving. Um, let's find some actual numbers. I want some actual numbers. I don't know if they do that. See if they have an investors tab. Nope. Corporate, maybe? They have two FAQs in case one FAQ is not enough. They have lots of frequently asked questions. Corporate? That's corporate sales. Come on. What the hell? I forget the Tesla 2021 10K. I think Elon writes this himself. Sales, leasing, total automotive services and other segments, energy production, total cost of revenue, gross profit, automotive, gross margin, total gross profit. That's true subscriptions. Well, yeah, that's a good point, JJ. Um, what would so let's assume that currently 25% of people are buying full self-driving. In the future, that number will maybe drop to 10%, maybe 10% to 15% will buy full self-driving. And then I guess what percentage is going to get, see link above? You can't post links in there, JJ. Is it somewhere else? Yes, FSD is always in the car. Future consumer and commercial electric vehicles, several plan. When did this one come out? 2020, oh, 12/31, 2020. So this is all last year. We also believe there is an increasing competition for our vehicle offerings as a platform for delivering self-driving technologies, charging solutions, and other features and services. We expect to compete in this developing market through continued progress on our autopilot, full self-driving, and neural network capabilities, supercharger network, and infotainment options. Revenue related to full self-driving features is recognized when functionality is delivered to the customer. For our obligations related to automotive sales, we estimate standalone selling price by considering costs used to develop and deliver the service, third-party pricing of similar options, whatever. Automotive and service and other segments. Automotive sales, leasing. So, okay, so looks like to automotive service and other segment revenue, I think it looks like it gets wrapped up in there. From that perspective, that's 25, no, 25, it says dollars and millions. It says 25, 29 billion? No, no way. These are all supposed to add up. Oh, so that's a function of these two. This is a function of these two. Services and other. 23. Okay, so 2 billion is services and other. So that is likely, I would say that's a good amount. Full self-driving is 2306. I mean, what else do they offer? So, I mean, that's actually 10%. It's a little under 10%. That's a little over 10%. And the previous was a little under. So maybe 10% full self-driving. Because what I mean, they don't really give you much else. Maybe supercharging revenue could be in there as well. I don't know how much of that is. I don't think they break it out that detailed. It would be nice if they did, but they're obviously trying to obfuscate every single business segment. All right, I'll get off of that. Link in the thing. Oh, link in notes. Oh, you found the good one. I didn't realize what link you were posting. Those would have been here earlier. Okay, 500,000 in 2020. Um, diluted free cash flow, automotive gross profit, profit margin. Storage deployed, solar deployed, storage deployed. Look at quarter over quarter. Yeah, pretty good jump right there. They'll get back up there. Supercharge stations, supercharger connectors. Interesting. Energy storage deployments grew substantially. For the first time, my battery deployment surpassed 3 gigawatt hours in a single year, which is an 83% increase compared to the prior year. Driven by Megapack, Powerwall demand continues to increase as residential businesses continue to grow. Increase in supply in the next few months. Solar retrofit and solar of 2020 solar increased 18% more than the prior year. This growth has resulted in meaningful improvements to our solar retrofit strategy, including solar product simplification, cost reduction, industry leading prices. Great progress growing our solar roof deployments as we have expanded the team while simultaneously improving our installation efficiency. That's good. But yeah, I don't think they... That's beautiful. That's scary robotic future. That's also pretty cool. That's dope. That's my new living room. That's what my wife wants to do with my new living room. Deliveries, free cash flow. See that? Yeah, they don't break it down. Okay, here's some nitty gritty. Sales, services, and other. 580. Energy generation. So, okay, let's do this. Let me take this off screen here a minute. Whoop, that's the wrong one. That's the ugly one. I don't want the ugly one. I want the pretty one. There we go. I'm going to take this off screen a minute, and let's just do financials. I'm trying to copy paste this bitch. Oh yeah, that's what you want to see right there. All in one line. Yeah, I like subs. So here we have auto sales is okay, auto sales, leasing, energy, and storage. And that's all they got in here. Shoot, I was hoping they're going to break it down more. Services and other. And then, so they just have, so have automotive sales, leasing, energy storage, services and other. It doesn't mention full self. Does full self-driving go into here? Current assets, accounts, inventory. They do have a few billion in inventory. Operating lease vehicles, solar energy system net. There you go. Property, plant, equipment, operating lease right of use assets, goodwill and intangible assets, liabilities. Vehicle, cash flows, stock-based compensation. It's all Elon. Probably. It's too tangled up together. It's hard to know. It's so you have to listen to like Elon's interview. Like, how much is full self-driving revenue? That can be the same article. 48 million of deferred revenue for full self-driving improvements. But that's not full self-driving sales. We continue to defer a significant portion of revenue associated with full self-driving to be recognized in future periods upon the release of additional features. So even stuff that they've taken into account, deferred revenue. So they had this money, they're holding on to this money, but they're not counting it in revenue. Jeez. And yeah, he will raise the price of full self-driving too. Okay, so robotaxi and R&D. All right, let's get rid of that one. Okay, so full self-driving, yeah, it probably will increase to about 20,000. Maybe that's where they draw the line is 20K for full self-driving. So if you wanted it 10K, got to get it before they release it. We need influx of orders when that actually does start to happen, including myself, very likely. Um, yeah, that would be a good quarter, right, JJ? Yeah. So my estimation is percentage of full self-driving with 20%. Maybe that's high, maybe that's low, and that should decrease in the future unless you get subscriptions. Subscription percentage. So by FSD percentage. Yeah, for sure, Jared. So let's say that 50% take a subscription for full self-driving. And then, so in 2023, maybe 20% will buy, maybe 10% will buy. And then 50% will take a subscription. So buying in 2023 should be hopefully 20,000. Subscription is maybe $90 a month. I mean, I don't know. That's I don't know what they're going to do for that. Could be $100 a month, because when you think about it, if you take 20,000, divide that by 5 years, that's still $333 a month. So what kind of subscription are they going to do? I mean, if it's $100 a month, if it's $100 a month, it'll be all subscription. Why would you ever buy full self-driving for $20,000? And why would they ever charge $333 for? No one's going to pay that. They're going to have to do it for $100 a month. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think? I mean, how are they going to justify? Other than that, they would just leave it at 20,000 and realize the revenue. But they're talking about a subscription. So if subscription is going to be $100 a month, there's no way it could be 33. And then by that same token, even with 10,000, you amortize that over 60 months, that's 166. I'm not paying 166 a month for full self-driving. Yeah, $100 a month sounds about right. So that will probably increase if you can make money with it to like 75%. And there'll be like no one will buy that. So it'll be like 5%. If that's the case. And then you're looking at numbers. And I would argue this stays fairly consistent. If they have a $100 a month subscription, that stays fair. Maybe it drops a little bit because people don't care that much. Maybe it drops to 70 or something. And then people buying, maybe, I don't know. I don't know how much you're going to charge for it in the future, but I think that's going to be that's going to be something somewhat valuable, obviously. So that's going to be a thing. I think in terms of car sales, going back to the OG, going back up here in terms of car sales, I mean, this is probably they're probably going to sell almost every car they make. Um, I'm a little bit with Ellie. He said earlier about he believes in things. He thinks things are going to move slower. I think so too. I think Elon's promises are accelerating, but I think delivery is going to never moves as planned. So I really like I really like your I really like this though. This seems pretty good. I really like this. So year over year, you're doing pretty good here. Now for you have a in 2021 share price of 488. So that's what remember why I said Tesla may go sideways for a year or so. It may wait for a lot of this stuff to come online. It may wait for 2021, the end of 2021 before it starts to go. And that's a somewhat maybe rational valuation. I guess the question is robotaxi profit. That's not including any robotaxi profit. So we may end up with a pretty flat 2020 here, ladies and gentlemen. Which is okay. Gives us more time to do a bunch of weird research like this, which maybe helps us, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. And then what's not taken into account here is if they can crank out that new compact. I don't, maybe most of this is new compact and not Model 3 when they finally get that. Because they said 2 years on September of 2020. They said 2 to 3 years, I think. So maybe over here in 2023, like I don't know what. So right now they're ramping up Model 3 and Model Y. And they'll do 2 million cars, whatever. And then they're going to have to build that other factory for that other maybe a subcompact. And then your Model 3 price will likely drop, actually. So 30,000 is probably fairly accurate. It will likely, I think they'll drop the Model 3 and the Model Y price. I mean, they say it's going to drop. What they say it's going to cut costs by. Oh, I hear you on that, JJ. All good, buddy? Hope all is good. I had to do that yesterday. Beat my dog. Yeah, so I think so I was talking JJ at some point they're going to have to start development on that subcompact. Right now I believe they're only ramping for Model 3 and Model Y and Cybertruck and Semi. I don't think they're even building the line for that new subcompact yet. Maybe I'm wrong and they're doing it all in unison, which would be just freaking ridiculous. Like that would be Christmas in my opinion. What? Ford's Mach-E having probably software problems? Yeah, I'm sure. Well, everything's got software issues, so it's all good. Whatever. I don't care. The whole point is it can test to deliver on what they're doing. Yeah. So just a Model Y. So here's a note here. Let's take a look. So 2021, we have so this should be like the roadmap. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'll look at that again in a little bit. So in 2021, we have Model Y and 3 fully ramped in all factories. This year, very likely. If not fully ramped, 70 to 80% ramped, which is good. In 2022, they're starting the subcompact build out. Then in 2023, maybe later stage 2022, rolling out subcompact. These are just my opinions, of course. 2024, and then from here it gets like I said, we can probably see about 1.5 to 2 years out. After that, we're literally just guessing. We absolutely have no idea. So, if you're rolling out a subcompact, that's fantastic. So here and then, in 2021, you're doing 1 million vehicles. I think we're doing 1 million cars this year. And then next year, we're going to be doing what are all factories? We don't even know. Oh, something else to take into account, which we are not. And I think I deleted that tab actually. Where does that mention that in the report, JJ? One thing at a time, JJ. I've got one brain. It does one thing. Yeah, keep in mind what Elon mentioned about the energy side. He said it'll be as big, if not bigger, than the automotive sector. So we can just probably on 7 page. No, that's page 7. Oh, here. Okay, cool. So Cybertruck in development, semi roadster. That's the future product right there. Local production delivery keep while our total market share in Europe is 2020 gigafactory relationship enable significant increase in local delivery. Sustained Model 3 production at a run rate above 250,000 a year. Model Y production start late in 2020 and is in the process of running at full capacity. Probably another 250,000 a year. Customer response Model 3 Model Y continues to be strong. We said Model 3 in Europe. Okay, so here's the thing. So they're saying some stuff so we still need more. What we need is this, I think. Okay, so the new, what's it called? 2860 or whatever? Yeah, current does. No, I think we get to 1 million. It's right here, JJ. I think it's in your sheet too, right? In 2021. Where's your thing about number of cars? Cars sold 902. Yeah, no, I think that's a little bit low. I think that's a little bit low. I think we can do 1 million. Because they always push. So here's the question. Here's the question. Is the current factory the old cells or the new cells? I should say, are the current factories being built the old cells or the new cells? Later, JJ. This is a very important question in my mind. That's a very important question. Because if these are the old cells, then what they're going to be doing here, so they're going to get the Model 3 and Model Y ramped up in all factories here. And then what they're going to do in 2022 after they start the subcompact build out, then they're going to have to rebuild lines 4, 3, and Y to new form factor. And then in 2024 we see realized, maybe in 2023. Realize sustained production of new cells. It could take 2.5 to 3 years. I think that's important. I think, dude, 1 million cars is great, but keep in mind, if we do 1 million cars this year, by the time we get to here, we have the capability of doing 7 million cars because of 7x improvement in capacity. Just capacity without building any new plants. They're going to have 7 million cars in 2024, at least capable, give or take. And that I don't even know if that includes the subcompact. I have no idea. So 2, 4, that rolls almost right in line with 100% growth a year for the next 4 years. 2 million here, 4 million here, and then that's 7 million. Maybe they maybe they announce a new gigafactory in 2022, 2023 sometime. Probably here. Which is why we haven't seen any new announcements. Remember that old model I had about new announcements for Gigafactory? This was like well before the second run of Tesla, like a year ago, essentially. I'm like, we need new gigafactories. Where's our new gigafactories? Well, we didn't need new gigafactories because they just increased the efficiency of the existing gigafactories. So they're going to need at least one new gigafactory. I mean, they'll have so much money. I'm assuming they'll build 2 or 3. So, all right, I think I'll jump off of this horse and we'll go back to stocks and see what stocks are doing. What are stocks doing? Stocks? What are those? All right, down 2.6 for the NASDAQ. Fubo, Litecoin ETF, Moderna doing good. Donkey Kong. I think I'm going to bail myself in a little bit here. All right, so some green. Apple's green, Amazon's green, Microsoft's green. MasterCard flat. Riot flat. So all in all, not too bad. All in all, not too bad. All in all, not too bad. So yeah, Tesla future. Well, maybe today we got so caught up in some of that Tesla fundamental stuff. Maybe I'll talk about my option stuff tomorrow. Wait, today's Friday, so maybe Monday. Think about it. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna take off a little early, and we'll get some food. Not much to do today, it looks like. SI looking pretty good though. I like the look of SI. Pretty nice. Everyone, you guys have a great weekend. Everyone stay safe, and yeah, I will see you on Monday or later in the crypto show. Have a good one. Bye.